welcome back to the Glazov gang. What an honor and privilege to be joined by Morgan Brittany, Nick Adams, and Anne-Marie Murrell. Welcome back to the Glazov gang.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Cultural segment of the Glazov gang.
Oh.
All right.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw? Is that an Australian thing?
He's going to be in Texas next week.
All right.
Sorry.
Come on, Jamie. Give us a yeehaw.
Yeah, do
Come
your
on,
Texas
give us a
accent.
yeehaw.
You always make us do accents other than our own.
Okay, let us begin with Morgan.
Oh, okay.
I got blacklisted.
Can you do a little bit more of an Australian accent for
Oh
us?
my goodness, I don't want to do any more Australian accents.
That's
but,
pretty good.
You
That is
know,
excellent. Now, Nick, are you a little bit offended by that maybe she's making fun of Australia a little bit?
Not in this. If anyone is allowed to make fun of Australia, it's Morgan Brittany.
What if she wasn't
that?
as beautiful as she is and it was a less attractive woman?
Well, then we would have to enter into negotiation.
oh dear.
I'm joking. I do a good South African accent.
Okay, let's hear it.
Jamie Glazov, it is a great pleasure and privilege to be here with you in this great studio.
That's more of an Australian accent.
Sounds like Trevor
really
Loudon.
good.
Is that different from Australia?
It is slightly.
Yeah.
I can really.
What
ham
is
up
the better
Australian.
accent? I think
Oh,
South
look.
Africa is cooler than that accent is cooler. Australian's weird.
Jamie, you can't go past the
Like
southern.
you can talk.
You cannot go past the southern drawl.
Okay, let's hear the southern drum.
Oh, jeez.
Can you do it?
I'll
Oh.
give this to. I'll give this one.
Okay,
Can you do your Texas? Can you do your Texas
He's been
accent?
making fun of me all week.
I can try. I mean,
I can try.
what exactly is it that you would like me to say? I am just over the moon to be here today. I think this is a great place, and you're great people. Y'all are great people. That's great. That's great.
love it.
Yeah, very
I
quickly,
love
you had
it.
something to give me?
I did. I
Okay,
did. I
let's
did.
move along here.
So,
Where is it?
I want to. I just want
have
to make
it?
a big deal. I certainly
Okay.
do. I want to make a big deal about this.
Okay.
This is a hand-painted, handcrafted, very special, designed for just one person. Brought over with love, all the way from Australia. This is
You came all the way from Australia just to be on my show.
Just to be on the James.
Just to be
Glazov-
on my show.
Glazov
right.
Gang
Yeah,
show.
because you've been watching it and you're an avid fan.
Not only that, there's lots of Australians that watch your show.
Yeah, and if they think it's the best show.
They certainly do.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
big fans. No, seriously, they're big fans of
It's
all the
number
work you
one.
guys
Yeah,
do.
in
okay,
Australia.
Yeah. Okay.
This here
Woo.
is
Look at this.
a boomerang.
It's great.
What do I do with it?
What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back?
I don't know.
A stick. Now,
What do
would
I
you
do
like me
with
to
it?
would you like me to throw this to you, or would you just
No.
hand it to you?
Be careful. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
That's
what do I do with it?
wonderful.
My pleasure. Look, you can kill a deer.
You can
I
throw,
don't believe in killing
throw it at a
animals.
progressive. What do you say?
Let's not advocate violence on the show. We'll talk about it afterwards. I really appreciate
My
the thought.
pleasure, Jamie.
I kinda-
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, Anne-Marie. And Anne-Marie, to finish,
She likes it when we. Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Okay, now Anne-Marie, can you finish off the culture segment for us?
It's great.
About what? What's the
Anything
question?
you want to tell us to add some culture to the show?
I'm a really big Brady Bunch fan.
Excellent.
Hey.
Okay.
Random.
Okay. What did you like about the Brady Bunch?
It was wholesome and sweet and fun. I liked the monkeys too. I was going to marry Davy
I love
Jones.
the monkeys.
I was going to if you even did you ever date Davy Jones? Don't even
No,
tell me if
no,
you
but
did.
I know Mickey
Okay.
Dolenz
Did you ever
really
watch
well.
Hogan's Heroes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do an
Totally.
imitation of Schultz when he says that he knows. No,
I know nothing.
Wait, that's Eric Holder.
That's right.
Exactly.
And Lois Lerner.
That's right. That's the way.
everyone
And Jay
else.
Carney.
Okay, ladies and
Jay
gentlemen,
Carney, right?
Glazov gang members, it was nice to be a little bit deluded and go into a little bit of a fantasy world to get away from the depressing, sad news, which now we return to, and I apologize to mention this. Obama, when Mubarak is in office, an ally of the United States, that's more or less got some kind of peace treaty with Israel, and we know it was written problematic, all that, but still, it was an ally. You got Islamists in the street protesting. He says, Mubarak's got to go. Now the Islamists are in power, consolidated tyranny, killing Christians, anti-Semitism, rape squads, solidifying Islamist power, Sharia law. Obama sending F-16s, and now protests are being scheduled, and Obama sending U.S. troops to help Morsi quench and stifle the protests. Is this real life here, or what's going on? We will start with the Australian modest intellectual Nick Adams.
Jamie, we keep being told that it's an Arab Spring.
Oh, I know.
And it looks like it's turning into a nuclear winter. You know, it is very tragic to see the persecution of so many Coptic Orthodox Christians in Egypt. You know, I don't understand why the Obama administration seems to be doing everything they can to foster some kind of environment for the Muslim Brotherhood.
Now, just a second. I'm not picking on you here, and I understand that this is also a rhetorical question to crystallize the injustice and terrible thing here. But tell our viewers, if now you were to ask, if you tried to understand, because I know that you know, why is he doing it?
You know, I believe that President Obama has fully subscribed to the doctrine of cultural relativism. I believe that President Obama believes that all cultures are equal. Now, all individuals, all people, all human beings are equal, but not all cultures are equal. That is indisputable. That is an incontrovertible truth. Sadly, because of this doctrine of relativism, President Obama, I believe, is not motivated to move on grounds that other United States presidents have been inspired to move. And that, I think, is a long-term problem for the foreign policy of America.
Thank you, Nick. I mean, I believe that, I think the empirical evidence shows that this is a Marxist. He hates the United States. He is in power. And what they want to do is, hey, and I listened to them my whole life in academia. I heard them strategizing. I heard the left strategizing. They want to bring the U.S. here and our adversaries up here.
That's right.
And they're not just professors in university anymore. They're in power. So he sees the Islamists, and it's just like during the Cold War. What I see happening here, and listen, what I see happening here, imagine if U.S. troops were sent to Auschwitz and Dachau during the Second World War to buffer up and to support the gas chambers there. Imagine if during the Cold War they were sent to the Gulag, and so the American troops were helping and supporting the torture of dissidents. This is exactly what's going on today. American troops are being used on behalf of our tyrannical enemies and totalitarians. Morgan?
Absolutely. Well, I don't want to bring this up again, but you address a lot of this in United in Hate.
I love it
in
when
your
my
book
book comes out.
You really do.
You do.
And you lay it out so well that anybody who has any question should read your book.
Just a
because
second, Morgan.
It's
this is my
absolutely
I have
amazing.
a favorite list.
Morgan
just went back
Here
on top.
you go.
But Morgan, go ahead.
No, but you're absolutely right. I mean, that's what he wants to do. He wants to, it's not level the playing field so much, because if you look at it, he's elevating the Muslim culture, and he's pushing down the Judeo-Christian culture in many of the policies and many of the things that he's doing. And you can see this, and you're absolutely right. What if we had sent American troops to Auschwitz?
On behalf of the gas chamber guards.
Exactly.
And engineers.
Exactly. Can you imagine the outrage? But yet no one will bring that up. No one will say that. And the troops will go over there. And isn't there supposed to be some big protest on the 30th of June? Or
they want to. You know what's incredible is what they're saying is, we don't want violent protests. Join organizations instead. They're not joining organizations because Morsi has made himself a tyrant, and the power of organizations have been canceled out. That's why the people are going out into the streets alone. But when the Egyptians are in the streets against Mubarak, you don't see Obama sending U.S. troops then, always on the side of the enemy. And now, the one and only Anne-Marie Murrell.
I'm about to go all Alex Jones, InfoWars. I'm convinced this last thing with Egypt, I'm convinced Obama is not a Christian. Is not a Christian. I believe full on that he is a Muslim. I think that he has never denounced it in private. I think that he's probably got a prayer rug in his bedroom. You don't do this. You don't do this if you're a Christian. This is like sending troops in to support the lions that are killing the Christians in the Colosseum. Coptic Christians have been slaughtered, and like you said, the rape squads have been there, and not one peep out of the Obama administration. No support for the Copts that have been killed. And now he's sending them in to protect and defend the Muslim Brotherhood. This is backwards world.
Unbelievable.
This is not. This is wrong.
This is like during the Cold War, the United States after World War II, when the Iron Curtain dropped. It's like American troops being sent to help Stalin solidify tyranny in Eastern Europe. It's just unbelievable. I want to also add something, Anne-Marie, to those critics who listened to Anne-Marie saying that and said, well, so what if he's a Muslim? What, do you hate all Muslims? Oh, so what if he was a Muslim? It's not the point that Anne-Marie is saying. If you want to be a Muslim, that's fine if he's a Muslim. The key is be honest about it.
Jihadist
Now, and so whether he is or not, he's definitely... A Christian president would not show sympathy to the persecutors of Christians. And scholars like Daniel Pipes have written about the very shady, strange past of Obama. There was a Muslim past. And so the question is, if there is a Muslim past and he is a Christian, our question is, where was the conversion? When was the conversion moment? Why don't they have specials about this on TV? When did he convert from being Muslim to Christianity?
And I do want to specify that I don't mean Muslims in general.
Of course,
I'm talking jihadist trying to kill America.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why? There's not a word. I mean, I don't hear him ever coming out and condemning the killing of Christians in Egypt. I don't hear anything about it. You know, it's and the silence is deafening. And then to do this, to send support to the Muslim Brotherhood, it makes no sense. And yet, probably the average American is not even going to know about this.
Right, but just wait now. You guys notice I keep picking at this, and I understand these are rhetorical questioning, but if you are a leftist, it does make sense, right? For when you guys are saying it doesn't make sense, you mean to good people who love America and love freedom.
People who think logically.
Right.
Yes.
But we know that the left is very successful in what its agenda is. If your agenda is to empower the enemies of the United States and to destroy the United States, this is very logical.
But I thought they were all about feelings and taking, you know, what is this? What are they? Which way are they?
And I thought they didn't like war, and I thought they were against sending troops into countries that didn't attack us personally.
It makes no sense.
One thing that outrages
Didn't seem
me
to bother
after
them
all these years is that, you know, my heart is with, and I work on behalf of Muslim women, Muslim girls, the victims of Islamic gender apartheid, honor killings, female genital mutilation, and it's incredible, the silence. And what's very interesting is Obama stands up for a woman's right to veil. Well, when are you going to stand up for a woman's right not to have acid thrown in her face when she takes off the veil? I'm still waiting for Barack Obama to come to the defense of the victims of acid attacks in the Muslim world. Nick Adams?
Jamie, you've hit the nail on the head. You guys do say that here. You've hit the nail on the head.
I got to invite you guys every week because I love these compliments. Go ahead, Nick.
Look, you've hit the nail on the head, Jamie. We really, as you know, political correctness has replaced self-preservation.
Yeah,
of course.
That is really what it comes down to. And we do have people that are working day in, day out to weaken America, to bolster America's enemies. And that is a frightening thing, and they are forces that must be vanquished. It's as simple as that. And yet they run our schools, they run our universities, they run our media, and we really need to do something about it, because these, particularly Sharia law, and when we talk about those things, they are fundamentally incompatible.
Right, but Nick, we all talk to one another all day long. Conservatives talk to conservatives. Everybody talks about what we need to do, and yet conservatives aren't doing anything. We're losing the war. The left is in power. It doesn't even look like there's anybody organizing for 2014 to do anything.
Because Jamie, we're being demonized every time you turn around. We're being called racist.
And they're very successful at it.
And they're very successful at it because they control the media. They paint us with a broad brush, and we're the enemy. We're the enemy of the human race, so to speak.
Thank you. Glazov gang members, we just have 2 minutes left. I want to at least get to this very quickly. Okay, so 10, 15 seconds each. Now what is Obama doing? Now he's attacking coal, which means he's attacking jobs. If coal is such a fundamental part of our energy, and you're going to attack coal and get rid of coal, then that means that energy costs are going to go up.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's all based on a myth anyway, but it means that you're destroying the economy of the United States. And once again, it makes sense, right? Anne-Marie?
Yeah. Last year, China built 1 coal factory per month. They built 12 big giant coal factories in 1 year. No one other than America regulates pollution and the coal industry like we do. If we got rid of every single coal factory in America, it wouldn't do a thing, because India and China, all these countries are, the big black smoke is pouring out of there. They have nothing. They're not regulating at all.
And so the only reason you would do it is to hurt the economy of the country. Nick?
Science concerning anthropogenic climate change is not settled, contrary to what anyone says. Personally, I don't believe in anthropogenic climate change. I believe that it has been manufactured by the socialists, by the left, to again weaken America, to attack capitalism and do all of that. You're talking to someone who comes from a country that has cap and trade. We got it last year. And like I say, it is another example of the Western world being pathetically weak and susceptible to the deception and mendacity of the left.
Very articulately said. I wish that you would stay here, Nick, and come on the Glazov gang all the time. Morgan, last word go to you.
Well, think about it. It's Kentucky, it's West Virginia, it's people that are struggling to make a living. They're going to lose their jobs. They didn't vote for Obama. What does he care?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Before we go, the thing you love best about being on the Glazov gang, 5 seconds each. Morgan.
Oh my gosh, getting to look at such a good-looking guy.
Okay, let me put an extra X right here, Nick.
J.G. Jamie Glazov.
Anne-Marie?
You know, I'm just bend over and I'll kiss your butt and get it over with, like they just did. Go ahead, come on.
Thank you very much for being on the Glazov gang. We'll see you next week.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.